I took a 2-inch strap on all 4 corners, so the rear on the first one and the front on the first one, and on both the driver's side and the passenger side. You can see that 2-inch strap is not actually going across to the other side of the trailer like most loads would. It's actually hooked to the bottom portion of the most top section of this wiring up here. What's up guys, irregular, back with a video. It's gonna be a short one. Got something new, wanted to show you guys. It's a load that I haven't had before. It's from a place I've picked up from a bunch of times, but not the type of freight that I've picked up from them before. We got some wire mesh today. As you can see, it's in a different form. When I saw wire mesh on my list, I was thinking about something like this. Long fencing, the long stacks like that. I've picked that up from here before. I've even picked up the rolled wire mesh like that. That's fun to roll up. Actually, that one's not that bad. That one's really simple. Those are just slinkies, pretty much. This stuff right here, this stuff, I had a trailer full of these, except they were smaller versions of it. And can't really see it from here, but it's behind that row. And it took every chain I had and almost every strap, and I'm talking about 4-inch and 2-inch straps to secure these things, because I had so many of them. I think I had 32 of them stacked on top of each other. But that's besides the point. What we got today is pretty easy. I already went through the trouble of securing it. Didn't get that on video because it's late, as you guys can see. It's dark. It's sometime in the evening, probably around 6:30 or so. I got held up earlier today because I had to go and get my DOT physical taken care of, and I spent a whole bunch of hours waiting in line for that. But we got it done, and we're certified for another 2 years. Don't have to worry about it. But as you guys can see, I don't know exactly what this type of wire cuts would be called. It kind of reminds me of like the mesh wiring that you would use like in your garden to protect like some plants when you're trying to have them grow tall with the stems or from the ground there. But it's very light. I don't know how much it weighs, but as you can see, of course, it's hollow. This is very light metal, easy to deal with. It looked a little confusing at first just because, you know, there's so many openings all over the place, you know, but it's very simple. For the strapping, I had 2-inch straps on every corner. So on the front, as you can see up there, the front and the rear, because these are 2 individual huge bundles, basically. It's this huge bundle is, see, half right there. There's like 2 stacked on top of each other. So you have this one down here and that one up there, but they're kind of welded together. And then here's the second set. You can't really see, well, you kind of see the division where the 2 sides divide. So this is one section up here and this is the rear section. So I took a 2-inch strap on all 4 corners, so the rear on the first one and the front on the first one, and on both the driver's side and the passenger side. You can see that 2-inch strap is not actually going across to the other side of the trailer like most loads would. It's actually hooked to the bottom portion of the most top section of this wiring up here. And it's hooked straight from that down to the side of the trailer, and it's tightened down with this 2-inch ratchet. And like I said, I have that same way on the passenger side, on the front and the rear of both the very first stack of wire mesh and the second set of wire mesh back here. And that way I have equal strength pulling on all 4 corners of this wire mesh holding it down onto the trailer. And then after that, we have our 4-inch straps. Now, I took one 4-inch strap. There's a total of 5 of them on here, but I took one in the middle and did a belly strap, and I put it right over top of the second beam. Actually, it's holding down the first 2 sets of mesh and the top one as well, because like I said, it's holding down all of the first row, and the bottom portion, or the tension, is on the bottom portion of the top stack of this wire mesh. You can't really see it as well. The reason for that is this wire mesh is pretty pliable. You know, I can't strap it down drum tight like I normally would with most metal loads, because it'll bend the wire out of shape. So I had to do it, tighten it down, and then do like a couple winch rounds, like tighten it up a couple clicks past snug, and just ride it like that. Like I said, it's extremely light, but you still want to have enough tension on it so you don't have any wiggle room when you actually take off with it. Like I said, so there's 4, and I try to go every 4 feet with a piece of securement. We got our 2 pieces of securement within the first 5 feet, of course, and then we got something every 4 feet after that. Belly strap, even though it's only 2 tiers high, just because of how tall it is, you know. And not to forget, I don't know if it's required for this type of load, but I'm going to do it regardless. We have our edge protectors, because I don't want to have just the fabric for my straps touching that metal with the vibration of the metal while I'm driving down the road. So I'm going to put my edge protectors on there. It's better safe than sorry. You can never have too much securement on your load. All too much securement is going to cost you is a little bit extra time putting it up there and taking it down. Not enough securement can cost you a whole heck of a lot more if you have an accident or a load shift or get pulled over by DOT, all the trouble that's going to bring you. So you're better off, when in doubt, or if it even just makes you feel better, gives you more peace of mind, put a little bit of extra securement on your load. And since I had to take that DOT physical, kind of burned up a lot of my work time, so I've kind of got a leftover load for today, which is what this is. So we don't have to drive very far. The destination is only 3.5 hours away. So even though it's kind of late, I'll get there. It's late in the evening right now, but I'll get there, and after I do my 10-hour break, like at the consignee for this load, it'll still be pretty early in the morning. I think I'll probably get there tonight around 9:30 or 10, I don't know, something like that. I don't know exactly what time it is now, but it won't be too late. So my clock will refresh at a decent hour tomorrow morning, and I'll be able to get a better paying load. But I want to go ahead and get out of here so we can go ahead and rest for the night. I want to chill out. Today wasn't really taxing physically, but it's just one of those days, you know, where you don't really feel like lingering around or being up too much. I just want to chill out. So we'll see you guys at the unload. All right, guys, it's the next morning. The address for where we were delivering to wasn't the exact site. It was like just off of the highway, pretty much just a staging area for me to park overnight. And the actual delivery location for this freight is actually the middle of the highway. It's like the median here. So if you can see traffic zooming all around me, we're kind of like in between. So there's the side of the highway I was on, there's the oncoming traffic right there. You see this road construction right here in the center on I-26. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling these straps. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to record while I'm taking the stuff down. It's pretty loud out there, but we'll see if we can get ourselves some unloading footage of this place. Getting back out of here onto the highway is gonna be pretty interesting. Having to re-merge onto the highway into the fast lane, but it's nothing that I haven't had to do before. So just take our time, be cautious, we'll be just fine. Let's go ahead and get these straps off. All right, guys, as you can see, the load traveled well. for the most part, nothing moved at all as far as coming out of place. But I did a couple of load checks on the way here. The first times, a lot of the straps had a little bit more play in them than I wanted, so I had to just tighten them down. But with this type of load, since you can't really crank it down super tight because you would bend the metal out of frame, I had to just keep snugging it up, like a click or two past snug when I stopped to tighten it up. But nothing moved, which is the reason why, like, since I couldn't tighten it down as tightly as I wanted to, that's why I threw more than enough straps on here, just to give myself that extra coverage, because I knew this load was going to move around a little bit. It was going to vibrate and the straps were going to loosen because I can't cinch this stuff down super tight. But everything stayed in place where it needed to be. Just needed to be retightened a couple of times. Made it here just fine. So like I tell you guys, don't be afraid of over securing your load. You know, if the rule book or what you've been taught tells you only need X amount, but you feel like you need to put 1 or 2 more on just to give yourself peace of mind, or if you think it looks better as far as keeping it secure with more securement on there, just do it. It's more than worth it. Perfect. Traffic zooming through here. Glad that barricade's there. Just in case anybody's not paying attention while they're driving. All right, guys, we're unloaded. I wasn't able to get any footage of the truck actually being unloaded because it literally took just 2 trips. You know, like I said, I had 2 bundles of that wire and mesh, you know, 1, 2. They were off in less than, I'd say less than 10 minutes, if that. I mean, it was really quick. Stuff's way down there, you can't really see it, but the thing about this here, while I'm unloaded, I can't drive straight through. To get out, I'm gonna have to reverse back the way I came. Let's see, you can't really see it from here, but I'm gonna have to reverse back out to the highway the way I came and re-enter in the fast lane through that way. But we're just waiting for our next load now. Got a little bit of time to chill. I think I'll do a little bit of prep work, maybe make myself a protein shake or something to have for later. We set it on the side. But that was an easy delivery. Easy loading, very easy unloading. Just straps, edge protectors in the right spots. Very light load. That load weighed, what was it, 6,300, roughly around that. But it was very, very, very light, very light. So wasn't really difficult to deal with, even though like the straps moved around a little bit or they needed to be retightened, but that was simple. So easy delivery, money in the bank. On to the next one. So I'll cut the video there, guys. Irregular trucker out. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.